Students, in our last class we have discussed the resonance. Now today will start with the molecular orbital theory. Before this we have discussed the valence bond theory, which used to consider that the atomic orbitals, they just overlap with one another, right? So that in the way of SS overlap or PP overlap or SP overlap, but they are not going to lose their identity. Today we will discuss the molecular orbital theory, which considers that whenever the two atomic orbitals of comparable energy and the orientation, they overlap, a new set of orbitals are formed, which are known as the molecular orbitals, right? And these molecular orbitals are formed when the atomic orbitals are going to lose their identity. The molecular orbital theory gave the explanation for the relative bond strength and the paramagnetic and the diamagnetic behavior of the atoms, right? So today we'll start with molecular orbital theory, which states that the atomic orbitals of comparable energies and orientation overlap to form new set of orbitals called molecular orbitals. During this, the atomic orbitals also denoted by AO, that is atomic orbitals will be denoting atomic orbitals with AO, they will lose their identity. Right, students? So it is just, this is the one definition of the molecular orbitals. Now, if we say that the two orbitals which are going to overlap, right? Let it be one atomic orbital is denoted by psi A and another by the psi B, right? These two are the atomic orbitals. Now, when they will are going to overlap, right? They will form the molecular orbital. Two sets of molecular orbital will be formed, student, right? One is known as psi AB, another is the psi AB star. Now this psi AB, it is known as the bonding molecular orbital, and this is known as the anti-bonding molecular orbital, right? So bonding molecular orbital denoted as BMO, and anti-bonding molecular orbital is denoted as ABMO, right? So just in the beginning, I'm just telling this much to you, that if we have got two set of atomic orbitals which are overlapping, we will get two set of molecular orbitals. One will be known as the bonding molecular orbital, another will be known as the anti-bonding molecular orbital. Denoted as AB and AB, only difference is there. Here we have put a star mark to denote the anti-bonding molecular orbital. Right. Now the next thing comes about the probability, the electron probability. Right. So if we take, this is one atomic orbital, and this is the another atomic orbital. So when they were undergoing the overlap through the combination through the valence bond theory, that time we were having it in this way, right? This was in accordance to the valence bond theory, that the electrons will be now, the electron cloud will be evenly distributed between the two nuclei, right? This was from the valence bond theory. But here, when the two atomic orbitals, according to molecular orbital theory, right, now it is will be in this way, right? These are the two nuclei. Earlier the two nuclei were this. Now here this is the nuclei A, and this is atomic orbital A, B, right? So it is in this way. This is A and this is B, right? So here this is in accordance to the molecular orbital theory. You can see here that the electron cloud is distributed around the two nuclei of the two combining atomic orbitals, right? Now students, when the electron cloud, right, the electron will be in between, the electron cloud distribution will be in between the two nuclei. It will be known as the bonding molecular orbital, and when it will be not in between these two nuclei, it will be just scattered around these two atomic orbitals. It will be known as, students, antibonding molecular orbital, right? So we have discussed it that the bonding molecular orbital, it is formed when the electron distribution is around a group of nuclei, just as an atomic orbital, right? But when the electron distribution around the is around a particular single nuclei, right? So that will lead to the antibonding molecular orbital, right students? Now the number of the molecular orbital formed will be equal in number to that of the combining atomic orbitals. Second important thing is that the orientation, the space orientation and the energy, it should be comparable. It means that S will under S atomic orbital will undergo the overlap with S, P with P. That is, if we say Px with Px, Py with Py and Pz with Pz, or if S undergoes overlap with any of these three, Px, Py, Pz, it will undergo the overlap with Pz only, right? Students, now we will discuss the characteristics of the molecular orbital theory, right? So hope so the main concept of the MOT has been clear to you, that in molecular orbital theory was given to just explain the magnetic behavior of the atoms, which are paramagnetic or diamagnetic substances, right? And second, the relative strength of the bond. Now it considered that the atomic orbitals can undergo the overlap in such a way to form a new set of atomic orbitals, which were called as the molecular orbitals. So the first point of the characteristics of MOT is that the atomic orbitals overlap to form new set of orbitals called molecular orbitals. The molecular orbitals formed are bonding molecular orbital and Anti-bonding molecular orbital for two atomic orbitals. Third is the energy of BMO. I think this is clear what is BMO. It is bonding molecular orbital is less than ABMO, anti-bonding molecular orbital. This we will discuss later. That why is it so? The energy of BMO is less than the anti-bonding molecular orbital, and hence bonding molecular orbital is more stable, right? Molecular bonding molecular orbital are designated as sigma pi, right? Like let it be sigma. This is pi bond, sigma overlapping, sigma bond will be formed. This is a pi bond is formed when the two atomic orbitals are going to overlap. Whereas anti-bonding are designated as sigma star and pi star, right? And depending upon that which atomic orbitals are have formed the pi bond, it will be named as 2px, 2py in that way, right? For now, it is bonding molecular orbital designated as sigma and pi, whereas the anti-bonding will be designated as sigma star and pi star. Fifth one, the geometry, or we can better say as the shape of the atomic orbital, the shape of molecular orbital depends upon the overlapping atomic orbitals. Then what is the shape of the overlapping atomic orbitals? The shape of molecular orbital will depend upon that only. And the electrons are filled in molecular orbital following the rules as followed in atomic orbitals. And students, what are those rules? It is Aufbau principle, which considers that the electrons will be filled in the molecular orbital, right, in accordance to the energy of the molecular orbitals. And if we just compare the two bonding molecular orbital and anti-bonding molecular orbital for a set of atomic orbitals, it will be first BMO that is going to be filled up because it has got the lower energy, and anti-bonding will be filled after the filling of the bonding molecular orbital. Second is the Pauli exclusion principle, and what it states? It states that no atomic orbitals can have more than two electrons, and that too in opposite spin. So in molecular orbital also, the electrons will be filled maximum two only, and that too having the opposite spin. And third is the Hund's rule. Now, according to this rule, that the pairing will only be taking place when the atomic orbitals of the same energy shell gets filled up first, singly. Or we can say now in case of molecular orbital, now the two molecular orbitals of same energy will be filled first singly, and then only pairing will take place. Right, students? Now, just here I want to conclude that the molecular orbitals, there the atomic orbitals are going to lose their identity, right? And it also, and bond theory considers that, valence bond approach considers that when the two atoms are going to approach one another, it's only their valence shell orbitals which undergoes the overlap, whereas the MOT considers that whenever the two atoms are approaching one another, all the atomic orbitals from 1s till the last occupied atomic orbitals will undergo the overlapping and will form the new set of orbitals, or each shell will be formed, called as the molecular orbitals. Right, now students, just go through it and just try to point out the difference between the atomic orbital and the molecular orbital. Morning, students, in our last class we started the molecular orbital theory, and we have discussed that in molecular orbital theory the atomic orbitals present in the two approaching atoms, they are going to overlap and form a new set of orbitals which are known as the molecular orbital, right? And the number of the atomic or molecular orbitals formed by the combination of two atomic orbitals is 2, that is bonding and antibonding molecular orbital. Now today we will discuss that how does this combination of atomic orbital take place. Now student, the combination of atomic orbitals takes place linearly, that is we are going to discuss linear combination of atomic orbitals known as LCAO. Now what is LCAO? It is linear combination of atomic orbitals. Now students, we will assume the atomic orbitals to be present in the form of electron wave. Atomic orbital is the probability region, right? So it is in the form of electron wave. So this is the psi A, that is the electron wave representing the atomic orbital A, and this is the amplitude of it, right? Similarly, this is the another atomic orbital B, and this is representing the magnitude of the amplitude of this atomic orbital. Right, now there are two possibilities of combination of these two atomic orbitals. One is the additive, another one is the subtractive. So we are going to discuss one by one. So students, when the two atomic orbitals, they undergo the addition, they combine, we can say two atomic orbitals are combining in an additive way, which is also known as constructive overlapping or taking place, or constructive combination is taking place here, right? So the resulting molecular orbital is this one. You can see that here the amplitude has got added up, so here the psi will be equal to psi A plus psi B. So the amplitude of atomic orbital of the molecular orbital, right, is formed by the addition of the amplitude of the two atomic orbitals psi A plus psi B when the constructive combination takes place, right? And this is the representation denoted of the bonding molecular orbital, right, which is known as BMO, bonding molecular orbital. Now students, the second possibility is also there, that is known as the subtractive, if there is a destructive combination, right? So this was the additive one where the addition has taken place. Now if the subtraction of these amplitude of this atomic orbital takes place, so addition will lead to the bonding molecular orbital formation, and the This one is the psi A. Here it is psi star, that is the star denotes the antibonding molecular orbital, and it is psi A minus psi B, and this is antibonding molecular orbital known as ABMO, right? So here the additive combination, linear combination steady state student leads to the bonding molecular orbital formation, and the subtraction or the destructive combination will take place. It will lead to the formation of antibonding molecular orbital, right? Now student, the next we will just try to define the bonding molecular orbital or the characteristics of bonding molecular orbital, right? So what are going to be the characteristic of BMO? Okay, now we are discussing the characteristics of the bonding molecular orbital. Now the probability of finding the electron in the internuclear region of bonding molecular orbital is greater than that in the combining atomic orbital. That means their probability of finding the electron in the internuclear region, it will be maximum, right? Second is the electrons present in the bonding molecular orbital causes the attraction between the nuclei of combining atomic orbital, and hence result in lowering of energy. Therefore, stability increases, right? So the stability of bonding molecular orbital is more because here the electrons are present in the internuclear region, and they just prevent the repulsion between the two nuclei, right? As a result, they causes the attraction and the lowering of energy takes place, and thus the stability increases. Bonding molecular orbitals are designated as sigma if the head-to-head overlapping has taken place, and pi if there is the, we can say, the sideways overlapping has taken place between the atomic orbitals. It will result in the pi bond formation, and orbitals which are formed will be the bonding molecular orbital designated as sigma, pi or delta, right? Fourth is bonding molecular orbital are formed by additive overlapping of atomic orbital, that is crest with crest and trough with trough of two atomic orbital, right? That is psi equals to psi A plus psi B, right students? So these are the characteristics of the bonding molecular orbital. students, we will discuss the characteristics of the anti-bonding molecular orbitals. Now, the anti-bonding molecular orbitals, the probability of finding the electrons, right, in the anti-bonding molecular orbital in the internuclear region decreases, right? It is very less. So, the first characteristic is probability of finding electron in the internuclear region of ABMO is very less, right? Secondly, electron, if any, present in ABMO causes the repulsion and hence leads to increase in energy and decrease in stability. Since the probability of finding the electron will be less in the internuclear region of ABMO, students, as a result, will happen that two nuclei are going to face one another, right? They will be under influence of one another and it will lead to the repulsion. And that repulsion is responsible for increase in energy and decrease in the stability. Third is that the antibonding molecular orbital represented as or designated as sigma star, pi star or delta star, right, as the bonding molecule are represented by sigma, pi and delta. Since there is increase in energy and decrease in stability, so electrons will not prefer, right, to enter into the antibonding molecular orbital, right, and the ABMO formed by subtractive combination of atomic orbital, that is crest over trough. That is, one crest will be over the trough, which is represented as psi star equals to, in the form of amplitude, psi A minus psi B. Right, students? So these are the characteristics of the anti-bonding molecular orbital. Now I'm going to show it diagrammatically here. Let us take the 1s of hydrogen. This is 1s of hydrogen. This is another 1s of hydrogen, another hydrogen atom. They both have one electron, right? This is a hydrogen atom. Right, so if we just get, this is the energy here, this is 1s, 1 and this is 1s1 of another hydrogen atom. These are the atomic orbital. This is AO, that is the atomic orbital. Now when they will overlap, right, they are going to form two set of orbital. Now this is there. The energy which is lower, right, for the stability, it is this one, and here this is the delta, which is just increase of energy. So we are getting two set of atomic molecular orbital. This will be, since it is S and S, they will be head to head overlapping. So this is sigma 1s, student, and this is sigma star 1s. This is bonding molecular orbital and this is anti-bonding molecular orbital. Now in total, how many electrons are there total? There are 2 electrons, right? So we are going to follow the Auger principle, the energy level diagram. So energy wise electron, the one which has got lower energy will be filled up first. So it is 1. Before jumping to the higher, the pairing will take place in this way. That is the Hund's rule of maximum multiplicity. So we are getting sigma 1s. The sigma star 1s will be remaining empty. Right. So here delta is denoting the stabilizing energy. So by lowering down, it has stabilized the this orbital has got stabilized, and here the energy has got risen up. So it is a destabilization of the energy has taken place. So electron will prefer to enter into the molecular orbital which has got the lower energy at first, right? So how we are going to write down the configuration, because for the hydrogen atom student, how we write down 1s1, but for the